Alright, I know most of you guys are not the big fans of anime. I know that. But today I'm still want to share to you guys my words. And I also want to share to you guys my hobby, my interest as well. I'm the big fans, huge fans of anime. And today I would like to share to you guys some of the anime that I like to watch the most. And this is my favorite anime and it's called Alright, I'm just kidding. Let's go to the project today. Today I would like to share to you guys how I actually made one of the anime soundtrack, and this anime is called Attack of Titan. I reversed one of the soundtrack from the season 4, and I put the link down in the description below if you are interested to listen to the original soundtrack. And this is how I actually made for the whole thing by using the LMMS. Later I will show to you guys how I actually compose all of this, how I actually arrange all of this and made it by using LMMS. And yeah, check this out. Yeah, sounds pretty cool, right? I love this a lot. Especially the final result. I'm actually kind of very surprised in that I can make those kind of thing in LMMS as well. But this is disclaimer for you. If you want to make this kind of the track and use a lot of the very strong VST instrument, you really need to have a very good laptop or very good PCs with the 16 gigabytes RAM. Those kind of the laptops and the PC only can support all this thing. Yeah, this is the disclaimer, right? Everyone actually asking me why I can actually support a lot of the VST plugin, and this is the reason, alright? So let's back to the topic. Let's really look through all of this project. So the first thing you maybe will going to ask me what is the VST instrument that I use in this whole project? Well, I will let you guys know right now. Free Orchestra, BBC Symphony, Ferrum, and the piano I use the Keyzone Classic, And I also got the bass, and this bass is called the Emperor bass. And lastly, I'm using the cinematic samples, and it's called the AizerX series, and also the Risenge. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't know how to pronounce it, but all these samples and the VST is down the link description below, and they all are free. They all are free. You no need to pay anything. You no need to pay any donation, those kind of things. No need. You can just get it for free. So yeah, if you are interested, link is down the description below, and have fun. And now let's jump into the project. So the whole concept, we got few sections here. The first section is intro. The second section is kind of like the section A, and the second one are going to be the very quiet section, and after that the last one going to be the impact section, and lastly is the outro. And let's go to the very first section, which is the intro part. And this intro part is kind of like the warm up for you, and it's very mysterious, very, you don't know how to explain this. A lot of the sound design thing is inside there, but actually it's not really the sound design, because I only use the presets that already have in LMMS, like the starting machine, aggressive bass, huge gritty bass, and also the horror lead. And this actually everything sounds like. It's just like that. It works very, very fine, right? But when you add the samples, it sounds even more interesting. Let me show you guys. Oh, by the way, I got used one of the samples from LMMS, which is called the Sona. I do a little bit adjust, put the reverb in there, so it sounds more ambient. Yeah, this is the whole concept. It sounds super good, especially this sample is like, wow. It really makes the whole track very interesting, very unrealistic, you know what I mean? It's like free software can do something like this. It's just so unreal, and I made it. Right, this is just very, very amazing. Okay, so the whole thing for the intro part is just like this. Made it like very, very chill. Not very chill, it's just like warm up a bit before we go to the high impact, high climax, and this is the everything sounds like. And let's go to the next section, and this section I add the string, and this is called a short string from the free orchestra, and it sounds like this. For this part, especially this one is actually kind of like the theme for the whole song. If you listen from the start until the end, I actually just remain this string melody from the start until the end. It's just the same. So to make the things like, oh, that's the theme of the song, something like that. So that's why I just remain this melody, but the chord progression is actually the same. I just remain the F minor all the way from here. And after that, I only change the chord progression to this. So this one is actually the F minor, G minor, F, A flat, and after that go back to the G minor again, and this one is the E minor 7 flat 5. I guess so, I forget the chord progression already, but it's actually the E minor 7 flat 5, those kind of the sound. Yeah, by the way, this is the whole thing for the string, and now after that it's just doing the layering. Yeah, but got one libraries that I actually want to find it for so long, and this one is called the Ferrum. It just sounds so good, man. Let me show you guys. Did you hear that? You know what doesn't make this thing like so interesting is without this it sounds just like this. Did you hear that? But if you add the Ferrum, it sounds suddenly like different. Very, very different. Let me show you guys. See that? This is the reason why I like this library so much, is because it really makes a very big impact, a very big climax for the whole track. And I guess this is also the big secret of how you actually can make the very epic movie soundtrack or the original soundtrack like this. And that's the whole concept. And other than that, I guess it's just the layering, like the bombastic layer again. Yeah, and then the bass as well. And also got one thing, the Pandora burst. All these are from the free Orchestra library, and you need to download the Contact 6, and that Contact 6 is free as well. Yeah, it works for the free Contact, right? And now let's go to this part. This part is actually, for me, is the most simple part. It's kind of like the creepy sound, but not really. It just makes it like very, very mystery. And this is how everything sounds like. So I remember the sound effect at here, the sonar, the starting machine, aggressive bass, and also the huge greedy bass. Yeah, everything is just like that. Yeah, basically it's like this. Then before we go to the higher climax, I add this one. Yep. So this is the part before you go to the next one. And this part we call it the transition. And this part is actually want to like hit to the higher climax. It's kind of like the build up for the EDM. It's very similar with the concept of the EDM. And right now, let's go to the drop. But it's actually not the drop. It's actually the new section of the soundtrack. Yeah, so this part I changed a little bit of the chord progression. This chord progression is actually the F minor, and after that E flat, then after that go to the C flat. It's actually the F minor, E flat, D flat, and after that the C minor, and after that go to the E minor 7 flat 5. Yeah, and basically it's just like this, and after that the layering, and after that Ferrum, the pattern is just like the same like before. I remain it. Then the only thing making difference is actually the chord progression, and also I added another melody behind of the main theme, which is this one. Okay, so to want to make it sound more interesting, I changed the chord progression again, and this time I changed the F minor, remain the same, and the second one E flat, and the third one is D, and the last one again the same thing, C minor, and after that E minor 7 flat 5. But when you add the new melody at the horn section, it sounds even more interesting, more impact sounds, like make you like more motivated, more inspiring, and this is how everything sounds like again. And now, this one for me is the highest climax because I changed the chord progression, and this chord progression is actually the D flat, E flat, F minor, and then E flat. The reason why I say it's the highest climax, as you can see from the chord progression, the chord is actually getting higher and higher. 4, 5, 6. It just made the whole thing like going up and going up again. It sounds very, very huge for me. And to make it like more high climax, I add the harmonization for the horn section, and it sounds like this. Yeah, and trumpet as well, I guess. Oh, trumpet I didn't do the harmonize, only until the back here I only do the harmonize. And I also layered another horn section to play in the chords, layer the chord progression. Yep, something like this. Now the whole thing is just like this. Now this part, to make it like really, you want to go to the end of the song, like really you become the hero, those kind of thing. I layer again the harmonization on the trumpet. Wow, I mean, I'm goosebumps already. This actually sounds very, very great. And yeah, the whole thing is basically just like this. And now, let's go to this part. This part is actually, we sort of called it the outro, and this is how everything sounds like. So short string, I just play the F minor all the way. Yeah, the whole chord progression is just the F minor all the way. The only difference is actually the melody. The melody I changed already, it becomes like this. Yep, something like this. And after that, just layer the chord, amp bass, power strike. Power strike is the percussion. Yep. Okay, and the Ferrum. Nice. And last one, we're going to be the bombastic. And yeah, basically it's just like this. And put the risers. And the whole thing we're going to sound like this. Yeah, the whole concept is actually just like this. Well, to be honest, it really need some of the theory, some of the knowledge of how you actually arrange the string sounds, everything like this. I'm still the beginner, to be honest. I learn everything by myself, so I also not sure whether like this concept is correct or not, but for me it sounds fine. When it sounds fine, then it should be alright, okay? I'm not a very professional composer or everything, but this is the whole concept. But the point that I actually want to show you guys this whole project is the VST instrument that I use, the sample that I use in this whole project, and it's super duper amazing. So link is down in the description below. Hope you guys enjoy so far, and hope you guys will at least let you guys know how I actually compose and make all the sound, the Attack of Titan soundtrack by using LMS. If you guys like today's video, help me share and subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you got any question you want to ask me, just comment down below and let me know. And lastly, don't forget to follow my Instagram. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.